Today we're going to try and live out our dream of casting a massive fireball to win the game using Worldsoul's Rage, and we're going to try and copy it up with Chandra Hope's Beacon here. Hi, it's McFluffy52. We're playing a Naya controlled deck here that makes use of two of the strongest draw engines in Standard. You've probably seen some Selesnya decks built around it, or especially the white token decks, control decks. We have Up the Beanstalk, which cares about you casting spells 5 mana value or greater, and that's why our removal are Seas from Slumber and Luminous Rebuke. But we also have Caretaker's Talent, which cares about you making tokens. So we also have, Overlord of the Hauntwoods, ramps, makes a token, triggers the Caretaker's Talent. We have Planeswalkers that make tokens. Our other ramp spell also makes tokens to trigger it. Our removal for artifacts and enchantments makes tokens. So we can trigger Caretaker's Talent also pretty strongly in this deck. Our sweeper makes tokens even. So yeah, usually you want to try and play out like a Up the Beanstalk on turn 2, and then turn 3 you're casting one of your ramp spells, and then turn 4 it's Sunfall time. Anyways, that is the deck. We're playing 6 Surveil lands and then all the verges in these colors to help fix our mana. The mana base is frankly very good. We're also playing 2 Fabled Passage to help us find our basics, and lands in the graveyard also work pretty well with Worldsoul's Rage because you can put X lands from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield tapped when you cast this. So that's the idea behind the deck. Let's see how we can do on the ranked ladder. If you enjoy these kinds of videos, subscribe to see more, and yeah, like the video if you enjoy it. Anyways, you go first. Lush Portico 1, Up the Beanstalk at 2, and then Overlord 3 seems pretty good. Hopefully our opponent's not too aggressive. We go first, which is also, very good. I've been messing around with these I've been calling them Greed Lord piles, where you just use and perhaps abuse Up the Beanstalk and Caretaker's Talent type cards, and play the other one I'm working on is another doppelgang deck, so look forward to that. That'll probably be tomorrow's video, but I figured I would do this since after the previous I'd made another Chandra deck list on the channel recently. It was the Jeskai control deck that I shared, and people pointed out that I forgot about Worldsoul's Rage as a great way to kind of fireball your opponent. Previously in that deck, oh no, they got rid of the Beanstalk. Okay, well, we drew another. Maybe do we just cast? I mean, the opponent hasn't put anything on board, so I think it's probably fine. We want another land. I mean, I guess you can't really complain with lands. But yeah, I put out a Jeskai Chandra control deck that was kind of trying to remake one of my favorite decks from the previous year after rotation, and people pointed out that Worldsoul's Rage is an X mana spell that you can cast to do a bunch of damage. So I'm trying to put it together today. I only have one mountain in the deck, but I have a bunch of duels. I think I'm fine with getting rid of it, or I could just, you know what, it doesn't really matter that much. I think we're in an okay spot. We do need to draw something besides ramp though, and lands, because we got a lot of it. Generally, you're going to cast the Hauntwoods as the impending. Okay, Glissa is definitely something we're going to want to remove. Hopefully the opponent doesn't have any protection for it, but I doubt they will. If I cast this for 3, I still have 2 mana open. Perfect. If I cast this for 3, I draw the card, and then I'll have 2 mana open to cast this on the tapped Glissa when they go to attack. I could, if I wanted to be extra greedy, I could cast a Return from the Wilds and make a 1/1 blocker. Why do we need to block Glissa? One of the damage triggers is destroy target enchantment, so that prevents, or they're probably going to try and blow up the Up the Beanstalk because it's already drawed us like 4 or 5 cards. If you don't have Overlord and Up the Beanstalk, these are probably safe crafts. I don't think Beanstalk is going to catch a ban considering it's survived this long in Standard, but who knows. Perhaps if the meta evolves more towards this again, but Zur is probably the most recognized Up the Beanstalk deck that uses the Overlords and such. Oh my goodness. Where is our sweepers and stuff? Because we're about to get hit for a lot in the air. That's not very helpful. We'll draw 2. There we go. Seize from Slumber. Now we have removal. It's getting pretty crazy. The value, if your opponent plays an Up the Beanstalk and they're able to keep it around, it's pretty gross. That's kind of the idea behind these piles. I might actually kill the cottage here, just because it's kind of annoying as a man land. And if we can live with enough life gain, we don't have to worry about the Archfiend. There we go. There's even more card draw. We're like, our opponent's at 47 cards, we're at 37 cards in library. That's crazy. That is crazy. Important to note, this has vigilance when they animate it, so we have to watch out for that. You can level up the Caretaker's talent for pretty much free because you can copy one of the everywhere land tokens. So that's important to note. And we'll just destroy this with a rebuke so we don't get hit by it again. And the drawing continues. Yeah, when you get multiple beanstalks, you have to be a little bit worried about kind of decking yourself, I guess. But good times. I feel like we have enough mana. I'm just gonna make a food and a blocker. And then I'll hold up this Lightning Helix. Maybe I'll hold up the Lightning Helix for the Sanctuary. Discard a card. I was gonna discard a forest. We got a lot of mana. But yeah, this deck list is pretty gross. The other one, I think this one's stronger because Caretaker's talent and Up the Beanstalk are just really good draw engines. But then you also have decks where you can make use of the what is it called, the other talent, that blue talent. That's problematic. I'm just gonna kill this. Okay, the opponent gives up. That's kind of how it goes sometimes. Okay, this hand's a little concerning. Opponent goes first, and then we have a Fabled Passage and a Helix that we can't really use unless we Fabled Passage up a mountain. And if we Fabled Passage up our mountain, we're not gonna have double green for the Overlord. We can give it a go. I mean, if their opponent's playing like a super fast red deck and they have the nut draw, they're gonna probably win anyways. I probably should have mulliganed this though. It's been a day since I played this deck. Played one warm-up game before I started recording. I did a lot of driving today. So I didn't have a lot of time to we could Sunder the Gateway to make the incubate. You have two options. You can either destroy something, make the incubate token, or make the incubate token and make it into a creature. I'm glad we did not go for the opponent has got their draw engine online. We do not. And that's not a good top deck. We will go ahead and destroy that before they get any value out of it. I mean, they already drew one card, but 1 card, 2 life for 3 mana is not great. So maybe we'll be okay, but Flasher is annoying. It's not good. That is not good. Alright, depending on what the opponent does, if they just run out the Bloodletter, we can animate our creature as a blocker, and then, or we could just Helix it. I guess that makes the most amount of sense. Liliana, that was what I was concerned about.
A fight? And you
We discard a card. So it's gonna go up to 4 loyalty, which is not enough to kill with Lightning Helix. That's the one thing I don't like about Lightning Helix, is that we'll discard Chandra. We can't just count on Chandra doing anything this game. We'll Luminous Rebuke this. This is just, you don't draw the lands, the game's not gonna happen. We're playing 25. You're playing 25. I'm gonna try and get Liliana down next turn.
Wrong necromancer.
We can kill the slasher with the slumber. If we get rid of the Sunfall, I feel like we have to hold on to. We can dump one Overlords, I think. That's not good. And kill this before it removes its last counter so it stays dead. Because if you don't know, it just says, well, it does say like if it dies, it has no counters on it, return it to battlefield with 2 stun counters. If it has +1 counters, it also won't return to the battlefield. Important to note. I'm gonna get greedy and discard the Sunfall. Okay, let's go. We found cards that will put lands onto the battlefield. Let's go. This is pretty crazy though. The other game, we were popping off. This game, not so much at all. Thankfully, our opponent is kind of missed on like duress. So if the opponent had duress on top of this, like sometimes when you go second, the opponent goes turn 1 duress and then something else turn 2. It is just awful. Oh gosh, does our opponent have the combo? If our opponent is playing the Bloodletter plus the sorcery spell, Rush of Dread, they just win next turn because, oh, we got a land. There's hope. I guess I could have saved this for next turn, but I kind of want to ramp. All right. Now we've leapfrogged our opponent's land count. They had 6, we were stuck on 3, we're now at 7. Oh, there's the duress. They can only get rid of their return from the wilds, but that is kind of annoying because that food could have been helpful. If I don't impend this Overlord, I will probably lose it to removal, so might be better. Okay, that is awesome. I think we might be out of the woods, depending on what the opponent has remaining in their hand, but I'll do this just in case they are actually playing that sorcery combo piece, because if it untaps, we won't be able to kill it. Well, actually, we would have had 5 mana to cast it the other way, but let's just avoid that. Opponent has, oh no, that's not a good top deck. We do actually have a bit of a clock here, all things considered. We can level this up. Opponent has 0 enchantment removal because they're playing, well, actually there is a black spell that removes enchantments, my bad. Okay, we don't have a clock anymore. I was saying we had a clock, I was lying. There is no clock. All right, this is gonna look really dumb, but I think it's worth cycling our Sunfall for a card because the opponent probably has interaction. I don't know. There we go. There's the engines are going now. Oh gosh. Funny enough, we can animate this token. I saw I think it was Swayze did this, and I was like mind blown. They copied the incubate token with counters on it with Caretaker's talent, and then before they turned it into a 0/0 creature, they had it level all the way to 3. Since level 3 gives creature tokens you control +2/+2, we're gonna hold on to this land in case the opponent has like another duress and they want to know what's in our hand. We could make them waste it, but since in the final level of Caretaker's talent gives your creature tokens +2/+2, you can actually turn that 0/0 creature, or that 0/0 I think we're out of the woods. It's pretty much over. Yeah, this is pretty good. I don't think we can win with the Worldsoul's Rage here, but I could cast it if I wanted to. We'll do it next turn before we attack. For our opponent. No, they're gonna scoop. I was about to say before they scoop. We were right there. We were right there. Okay, you go first. Oh, this hand's not great. I'm not gonna lie, not the best. We can Lightning Helix on 2, potentially. But if we try and set that up, we're not gonna be able to return from the wilds on turn 3. Just looking at our tap lands. We don't have a card draw engine, but I'm gonna have faith in the deck. This might be a punt. Well, we're just going with the flow today. All right, the opponent didn't play anything, so I'm gonna rush out the second tap land so we can start doing the ramping. Opponent red green. That's concerning. They're playing a red green surveil land. Are they a Gruul ramp deck? They are a Gruul ramp deck. No way. They are also an up the Beanstalk player. It's crazy. Like, I feel like these decks, they're just some of these cards are just like, you wouldn't expect them to be doing what they do in standard. Like, I think they were designed for limited, and somehow Up the Beanstalk is ridiculous here in standard. Okay, this is gonna be a little painful, but I think it's the right move to do. Owie. No Beanstalk. We know what that thing does, and it does a lot of illegal things. Opponent probably has a burn spell. Do we think they have hasters? There's real no point in attacking with a 1/1. If it keeps our Nissa alive, it's probably better. Boiler bilges. Bye bye Nissa. We tried to make it happen. Okay, these top decks are not ideal. We don't have any lands in our graveyard. We try and make it happen though. Ooh. We don't have any good tokens though. I guess I could Sunder the Overlord. Question is, which one's more important to destroy? Is it better to hold this for a beans though? I'm gonna hold this for a beans. We know our opponent probably has another. Funny thing is, the other deck that I put together only has like Beanstalk and Storm Chaser's Talent as the kind of engines of the deck. And the problem with that is sometimes you don't draw the Beanstalk, which is not good. We still have our 1/1 token. The opponent didn't kill it. I mean, to be fair, why would they kill a 1/1? But we can copy it with our Caretaker's Talent now to draw a card. That was why I was thinking about sundering, so I'd have like an actual token to go with. I guess I could Portico here to make sure we're not drawing into uselessness. That's not useless. In fact, that might be about to put us on the map. Draw a card, play this, draw a card, and we started drawing into our draw engines. It is looking up, but the opponent's Overlords are going to stop. They're going to come off impending, and we're going to have some problems. Hopefully the opponent's not playing that new Chandra. Vivian Reed, that is bad. But if they take it down, we can Helix it.
How we handle things in the wild.
They go for Beanstalk, which, or not Beanstalk, sorry, the other one. Makes sense. 4 to the creature. Ouch. Did nothing wrong. Okay. What is on top? I don't think we need that. Do we just Helix? Because we can Sunder the Gateway, the Hauntwoods, so they don't get a turn with it. And then Helix the Vivian Reed? I don't know.
Even I need
I do not know. Fortunately, our opponent actually had removal. We can draw a card with these Worldsoul's Rage. Notably, like, the spree cards don't change their quote-unquote mana value to trigger Beanstalk, but X spells do, like, they have the mana value of whatever X plus the other costs are on the stack. If I explain myself well. This is very concerning. Honestly, I'm most scared about the Terror of the Peaks. Alright, well. That hurt. Terror of the Peaks, if you don't know, you have to pay 3 life to target it with spells. Words are hard. We're gonna take a Boiler Bilge's hit. We really just need to find a Sunfall here. No, anything but the Rex. That's 8 plus. We have a Lightning Helix, so we can gain some life back. But we need that. Wait, we can just block the Boiler Bilges. We need that Sunfall. We're playing a full play set, so we're just gonna Lightning Strike their face for some life, in case I'm bad at math. I could have held on to it if I wanted to. Yeah, I think we're just toast. Oh no. Alright, so if I cast this for 3, I'll draw a card off of Beanstalk. Do I have enough mana then to cast a Sunfall? Yes. Alright, hopes are not are not happening. Well, good game, opponent. Hey, a Beanstalk deck won the game. I'll take that at least. 3 damage to our face with the Slag Storm. Nice. And they kill us with the attack trigger from Boiler Bilges. In response, we animate our thing and say good game. GG. Alright, you go first. This hand doesn't look the best, but we do have Sunfall turn 4, so, and we have removal turn 2, so it could work out. Play the top land, play the plains, cast the removal, play the other 4s, cast the Hauntwoods, and then we can cast Sunfall. Hopefully that is good enough for whatever our opponent's getting up to here. Do I care about a land drop? No. I'm gonna go with no. We have 5 lands from our like game plan here, so we'll take that. The opponent, Razor Ridge Thicket, Hushwood Verge. They've played nothing yet. I'm a little concerned. Do I play the Return from the Wilds? No, I can't. Oh wait, I forgot. I did need that land. Oops. I needed that land to have my next land drop so I can actually Sunfall. Don't do the same mistake I did. Doesn't look like we need the Sunfall anyways. So it'll be okay. So I should have played this after I cast the ramp spell. I can put this in the graveyard though, because we can get it back eventually. Grab a basic. We can grab a second red. It doesn't really matter what we grab since we have the Everywhere land. Grab a plains. So we have 3 green sources, 3 white sources, or 4 white sources, and wait, no, we have 4 green sources, 4 white sources, and 2 red. I mean, I can just Luminous Rebuke it to prevent them from ramping more. I can wait before they go to combat. When this attacks, it's going to make that token, land token, so if we want to prevent that, we can just do this. We pay like premium, but it doesn't really matter because we're not doing anything with our mana. We haven't started our card draw engines. Even with 8 card draw engines, sometimes you just don't draw them. That is a problem. But yeah, in the other deck that has only the Beanstalk that I put together, that probably gonna be tomorrow's video, it's very noticeable. The games that you don't have Beanstalk, they're a little bit more manageable because you also have the Storm Chaser's talent, so you can just loop spells that way. But opponent, yo, they're copying our style here, but they're using Luminous Rebuke. We're just playing the same deck, but we just splashed red. No, no, they got the Beanstalk. It's toast. It is kind of funny that almost like a lot of the decks that we played into so far have been Beanstalk decks. Beanstalk, Caretaker's talent. I guess the Golgari ones weren't, but that last one and this one, I feel like I've ran into quite a few of them. Alright, they probably don't have anything with haste. We'll just get in there. So I guess we could have given them a card draw if they have a Luminous Rebuke, because this is now tapped. Oh, also, there's going to be an upgrade to this deck with the Seized from Slumber and Luminous Rebuke cards. No, the opponent's on like actually a very painful plan. They're gonna like doppelgang this Confiscate and steal everything. No, I've seen these decks. I've tried putting one of these together. I just it didn't use the Overlords to ramp though, I don't think. It was a more fair like desert ramp plan, and it wasn't the best for that, but yeah, we're at risk. We are at risk. Please let me draw a card, sir. Opponent is playing Get Lost. No. How does this happen? No, I don't need more lands. Top 20 cards. We've only seen a Beanstalk. Okay, that we do want. Because that can get rid of the Confiscate before they go off with it. At least that's the hope. We might be being out Beanstalked. It happens. No, the Beanstalk. Could you? Okay, they don't have Doppelgang yet. Or maybe they're playing Extravagant Replication, which is another card that can copy up this Confiscate. Confiscate. Oh my goodness, I'm saying it the way Saffron Olive did in the video he put out about Confiscate. Confiscate. I can speak the English language, trust me. My first language happens to be my worst. It's also my best, technically. Actually, that's probably not true. I learned another language in school, so, but I don't really remember much of it. This Overlord is kind of annoying. I could have fired off the Sunfall to stop it, but I think we'll just Lightning Strike and animate our blocker here. Sunfall might stop us from dying to like a doppelganged up board. Wait for the damage to go through and then Lightning Strike it so that the opponent doesn't kill it in response. That's okay. What is the opponent up to? I guess I can do this before the end of the turn to kill it. What are they plotting? They didn't... Oh wait, no. They drew the card from Beanstalk and now they're plotting a Sunfall. That's pretty good plot. Aha! Get surprised. We didn't stop them from ramping with it, but... Oh my goodness! Where are our Beanstalks? They got rid of one. if we draw well, we can also just like dome our opponent. The one nice thing that I like about the Worldsoul's Rage plan is that no matter how far behind you are on board, if you make the or you get to the, oh my god. Opponent has like all of their get lost in hand, and we drew a land. But the one nice thing about having like a Worldsoul's Rage as your finisher, like a giant fireball as your finisher, is no matter how far you, like regardless of how far behind you are on board, if you can set up the mana that you need to do it, you can just blast your opponent. Oh my gosh. That one game against the mono black deck, we were stuck on 3 lands for a while, and now we're drawn into them. I mean, we didn't draw into that many lands, to be fair, but opponent has shown their blue mana. I mean, if I play this Overlord, they could doppelgang it down the line, but I want to play as a creature because I can crack the map tokens. If you say it really fast, you can crap the map tokens. Oh my goodness. I mean, can I complain about another Overlord? Oh man, I really want to put it in the grave, but I feel like it's also the wrong move. I wanna draw some cards. Hopefully the opponent doesn't have their umpteens get lost. Or Leyline Binding. Looks like the opponent's playing both. I don't like the idea of playing Leyline Binding with only Overlord of the Hauntwoods as your way of getting domain. Sure, you can play like a bunch of different basic land types. That's why the surveil lands are particularly good. But it's still gonna, then it's gonna end up being like a 3 or 4 mana spell. If you're like 3 land types, it would be, yeah, 3 mana flash O-ring, which isn't particularly amazing, especially when you're not gonna have all those land types until maybe turn 3, 4, 5, and some games don't make it to turn 3, 4, or 5. It's here. It is here. The doppelgang is here. Yeah, doppelgang is probably the best way to like outvalue these greedy piles. They just go crazy. And in that the deck that I'm probably gonna be playing and posting the next day after this one is it plays doppelgang, and it plays it with Storm Chaser's talent, so you can rebuy it. We originally did that in the Simic value loop video that I posted, and it was pretty ridiculous. We managed to win against mono red by just like bouncing their stuff and then casting doppelgang every like single turn pretty much. Well, that sucks. That does, I don't think we win from here. But tomorrow we'll be playing a doppelgang deck, so stick or subscribe to catch that one. Sunfall, I have one in hand. I don't think I really want another. Do we have any forest left in our deck? We do. Okay. Guess I could have scrolled through there and tried to look at what do we have else in our deck. I think we have almost, we're missing 2 of our surveil lands. We saw like 3 basics still in there, and we're missing all of our Hushwood Verges, so There's the extravagant replication, where you get to copy non-token, or yeah, I don't know, words hard. I'm gonna stop speaking. Beginning of your upkeep, create a token that's a copy of another non-land permanent you control. Alright, well, I kind of want to see what the opponent, like, cool thing. I want to see them do the cool thing. That's why we're going to stick around. I think we could, like, very easily concede this match and just save ourselves the time, but if you want to see a cool doppelgang deck, stick around to watch whatever the opponent's up to. Sometimes I like to do this when the opponent, I think, is doing something fun. They have a lot of mana. How many cards do they have left in the library? 25. So they've seen they've seen one doppelgang, so they probably have at least one more in the deck. I would have to assume, if they're playing at least, like, I feel like if you're playing one copy, you might convince yourself to play 2 copies. And so I feel like doppelgang is just like extravagant replication, but better because it scales harder. I need to make a Simic or a multicolored commander deck where I can play doppelgang in it, because that just sounds fun. There it is. There we go. Did the opponent copy their confiscate? Okay, they did. Confiscate. X equals 5. That is 17 mana. Opponent. How many? Oh, they have to select all the lands they're stealing. We're gonna lose with 0 lands on the battlefield. It's gonna be pretty funny. Yeah, there's something funny about them also just having Sunfall at the ready. They're like, watch out. We can stop them, don't worry. Non-token artifact. Oh. Is this a token? Copy. It's a token, so we can't even break the we can't break our Overlord free. That's funny. Okay, you know what? We'll just do this. We'll make it 2-2. Fierce opponent. We'll give them something to beat us up with, because they can just steal it. Wonder if the opponent's deck has any creatures in it. They have to have at least, I mean, they have the Overlords. I guess that is the creature of choice for winning the game. How many lands we have left? We have 8. So they have 6 extravagant replications, so we will go down to 2 lands. That's pretty funny. There you go. There's one. They're gonna just leave us with the Verges. Dang. Fabled Passage. They don't have enough lands. Well, we can't cast anything. Find it funny that the game still holds priority for us. Alright. Opponent, please tell me you have a win con here. Now that I've committed, I said that I was gonna stick around to see the opponent win. I kinda wanna see it happen. 0 lands is pretty much game though. I'll pause and come back. All right, they're taking our lands now. I think these triggers might just be taking a while because the game tends to slow down if you have this many things onto the battlefield, so that might be part of the problem here. All right, the opponent drew their card return. Oh my goodness, they're gonna have to click through how many cornucopias. Yeah, they don't have that many ancient cornucopias. I've made more than that. Come on, opponent, please tell me you got something cool in store to actually win the game. Sunfall is not... It's not really gonna win you the game when it's a 0-0. They're probably just trying to draw cards. I'm surprised they didn't copy Up the Beanstalk a single time. Aha, opponent. What do you do now? We got our land. I might have emotes or whatever it's called. Yeah, there we go. Hear us. We can win. I mean, I think all the opponent needs to do is copy Beanstalk like once, and they'll be pretty good to draw to their win con. I mean, we're at 25 cards deep, so they're at 20 or 25 cards left. They're opponent, you know you can they just need to target it with the extravagant replication. They don't even have to doppelgang it. Just one or two copies of it would help them find a Overlord. They really passed the turn. What is going on, opponent? Just copy your Beanstalk. I'll hover it for you, please. Please copy this with your replications. Look, it's the thing that draws you cards so that you can find your Overlords and win the game. I mean, they're gonna deck out before we do, so they can make as many copies as they want. And these are 0-0, so it doesn't matter. No, the Beanstalk, please. Target it. The beans. They found one. We are freed. Our opponent has gone to transform their incubator tokens and it instantly died. They're doing it again. Opponent, you're just wasting time. I'm gonna just pause until they do something relevant. Alright, they passed the turn, we drew Helix, yay. And so it begins, the extravagant replication. The Overlords will be copied. And those will make... I'm wondering if they're going to hit token limit at some point here, but I think they're fine. Token limit's like 256, I think. Or maybe they upped it, I don't know. I feel like it's got to be 256 or something. I don't think it's that much more than 200. One hit. Do they pass the turn? Or do they activate more of their incubator tokens? We finally drew into a Worldsoul's Rage. Oops. I thought I clicked pass turn. Opponent cast a Kutzel's Flanker. We are doomed. You know what? I'm gonna do the most evil thing I can. And just scoop now. We made them go. Is that bad manners? I don't know. I don't know. No, I'll wait it out. I'm committed to the bit at this point. I don't know who cares about this, but I'm doing it at this point. No. Oh my goodness, it takes forever. This is why the concede button does exist, though. I will say that. The copies have been made. Is it combat time? Please. Give me the sweet release. The sweet release of death. Oh my god. No. What? Screw you. Alright, well that is going to do it for this deck. We actually had a pretty good record overall, I think. I'll quickly refresh the stats page. Yeah. I am 8-5 with the deck. So overall pretty competitive. I think it makes sense. We're just playing a pretty generic value pile. If you want to put together your own deck using Up the Beanstalk and Caretaker's talent, you can pretty much copy and paste like Seize from the Slumber, Luminous Rebuke, Sunfall, and the Overlord are like these 8 cards or so are probably the most important here. And then you can insert whatever or these, I don't know how many cards, you know what I mean. You can just copy and paste this core of cards here and put whatever else you want around it. Maybe a little bit better spot removal, or maybe a different finisher. Probably it can't hurt to have like a planeswalker like Elspeth to trigger your talent. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed the video. I don't know why I stuck around in that last match. It turned out to be absolutely miserable. I was like, looking forward to it, and then the opponent took forever to find their Overlord, and then they didn't even kill me when all they had to do was click attack. I don't know why, but so I conceded. Maybe that was bad manners, let me know. Anyways, have a nice morning, evening, night, afternoon, wherever and whenever you're watching. Take care of yourself. Ciao.